plan today. We're making a beautiful shoulder lamb chop supper, and we've got our walnuts toasted up for a walnut rosemary pesto that we're going to put with some orecchiette pasta, and we're going to wilt in some seared kale and red onions. This is a fabulous, elegant meal. I'm cooking the chops a little ahead of time because we're going to let them rest, and then we're going to use all of the flavor that they leave in the pan for our greens and red onions. Now, let's get on to our pesto sauce. I've got my 1.5 cups of walnuts, minus a few for snacking for Rach. I got them cooled over the break, toasted them up in a skillet to develop their flavor. Now I'm going to just pop them into the food processor and grab our rosemary and Parmigiano Reggiano. You need 7 or 8 stems or 1 bunch of rosemary, a couple of handfuls of Parmigiano, and I've got 1 clove of garlic I peeled up over the break as well. We're going to pop that down in there. A couple of good handfuls of cheese. And I'd like to send a shout out to Lotso Pizzeria in New York City for giving me the idea for this pesto to begin with. And it was a very tasty pizza too. Yeah, I ordered up this pie that I thought sounded so original. It was walnuts and rosemary all over a pizza. It was fabulous. So I said, that is going to taste equally delicious on some pasta, let me tell you. So you have to pull the rosemary off of the woody stems. And you need lots of it. I mean, when you make basil pesto, you put in tons, right? A whole big bundle of it. So same thing here. Very fragrant this is too. Smells fantastic. I've often said floral shops should really put fresh herbs in with the flowers because they're so fragrant and rich and earthy. I always have all different kinds of fresh herbs in my fridge every week. You know what's a great idea? At the end of the week, you can chop them all up and put them into garlic oil and make a multiple herb pasta sauce. Or you can also put them in the food processor or the blender with some EVOO and mustard and vinegar and make a nice herbal dressing too. I never have a problem using up herbs. There we go, just about there. 2 little sprigs left. Now we're just going to put in a little bit of salt and lots of black pepper. And we'll stream in our EVOO and we'll be good to go. Garbage bowl these guys. Take all this stuff down to the other end. Lots of pepper. Pinch of salt. Pop the lid on, and away we go. Oh, you know what? Forgot to pop my top. Now we can stream it in. And you'll need, 1/3 to 1/2 cup till it starts to turn into sauce. I went really heavy on the nuts too. So I'm gonna have a little extra, I think. Fantastic. And you know, all pestos freeze beautifully. You just take any extra you have. Yeah, this is a little bit more than we need. Any extra you have, you put it in a little plastic tub, pop it right in the freezer, defrost it whenever you want for a quick, simple supper. Yeah, toss the pasta around. Hey, let's drop our pasta. Because remember, we're gonna cook it twice. We're gonna boil it up for a few minutes. Make sure you drain it shy of al dente. You want it really chewy because it's going to cook up some more when we toast it in the pan. We're going to make a nice crispy pasta. It came out of a conversation with my friend Vince. We were talking about ears burning, you know the expression? And we thought, hey, we should try that with little ear pasta. See these little guys? That's why they call them ears. Looks like your earlobe, doesn't it? So cute. Any shortcut pasta would work with this recipe, though, guys. You know what would toast up beautifully, too? I bet you toasted bow ties. Farfalle, be delicious if you can't find orecchiette in your store. My lamb is looking perfect. I actually want to get it out of there. Let's grab a plate, put some foil on it, and let it rest. You don't want to take it too far. They look gorgeous. Okay? Now pull this out. I'm going to take the pan off the heat for a minute till we're ready to get the kale into the pan. They cover that with foil. Trap in all the heat and the flavor. Okay, let's grab the kale. Kale is something that I grew up with as a little girl. Everybody in my family eats it. It wilts up very quick, and it's full of vitamins and iron, of course, because it's one of your dark greens. But any dark green would do. You could use red chard or green chard, dandelion greens. I like kale because it's not that bitter for me, and it has a great staying power. I love to cook with it because it wilts up so quickly. You could even put it in soup, and it just stays beautiful, you know? Spinach can kind of go too far, you know? But kale, that's sturdy. Now, kale has these tough, woody stems, so what you need to do is just use your fingers, make a little, I don't know what you'd call it, curl them up and make a little split there, and just stem them. Just pull the greens away from the stem. See? Just like that. Okay, I'm going to chop this up, get all the stems out, meet you right back here in a couple.